Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to talk about what to do in paint industry. So why is it that the Bojo paint and the Asian paint, two major paint leaders, are falling down? And should you hold that stock in your portfolio anymore, or you should wait for some more time and then, like you need to decide, because a lot of fall has already been taken place. So we're going to be, of course, market has been falling down for quite some time. Let's just analyze all the points and then talk about it. So first, we're going to look into the factors. What factors are contributing towards this fall? Then we're going to study the price of paint sector, which is basically Asian paints and the Bojo paint, and even Narolic Kansai or Indigo paints. All those paints will collectively study what is happening in them, and should we hold, or should we exit, or should we accumulate? What should be our stance? That is what we're going to be talking about. So let's go. So right now, paint sector valuation derating on the cards, right? So I'm your host, Dr. Seema Jain, a SEBI-registered research analyst. My sole job is to find the best trades for you. Today, if you have noticed on my Telegram channel, I have given a buy on VBL, and DSSL we gave a buy at 340. We gave a buy at VBL at 765. It made a high of 795 in a single day. That's the kind of research that I do. If you want to follow me in the live market, join me on my Telegram channel, and you will be able to see some very, very valuable trades. I have given a trade of ICICI in yesterday's video. So if you haven't watched my yesterday's video, because where I've talked about Nifty's range and everything, please go and watch my YouTube video on the channel. Let me just show you the channel. My request to everyone, who's Hindi speaking or who want to hear me in Hindi, please go to my Hindi channel. This is my Hindi channel, which has about 8.72 thousand members. Please, exactly same video आपको हिंदी में मिलेगा. So please don't write in the comment box that speak in Hindi. I'm doing double efforts for you people. A lot of people watch my Hindi video and say speak in English. A lot of you watch my English video and say speak in Hindi. So I'm doing both of it. Just watch it at both the places in case you want to, like, if you understand both the languages. So let me show you my channel of English language. Here is my channel, and you go and watch my two videos. I have given my stance on Nifty and Bank Nifty, and I've also talked about the reversal method. How do you decide whether a stock is reversing or not? So I have given a stock with reversal method. It's called ICICI, and today the stock has given a good move up and looks to be pretty smart or pretty solid. This is the stock that I have given. I gave a buy about 1030, and it made a high of 1048, and it looks to be very, very strong as of now. So a lot of learning that you get on my channel. Keep watching the videos, keep learning, keep subscribing, guys. It helps in algorithm. More people will come across serious content in stock market. There is no financial entertainment, and hence you will find the views less, the subscribers less, but I'm okay with it. Whatever little few people I can educate, I will continue doing it. So that's my objective, but hoping to get your support. Let's move on. You can follow me on my official Telegram channel, or my website, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp. You can get in touch with my team. And now we're going to talk about the paint industry. A lot of action is happening in the paint industries. Like Asian Paint and Berger Paint, the long undisputed leaders, are now facing the heat of competition with so many players, many of them biggies and allied sectors entering in the fray. If you know such, companies, please write in the comment box. Like I know for a fact, Grasim is entering into paint business. There's another very good Indian paint company called Indigo Paints. Then there's Narolak Kansai. A lot of them are there, but in case you know some other, please add them over here. So the next that we go on to the highlights, basically our paint industry has demonstrated stellar demand resilience. Stock have started to falter in a weak macro environment. Of course, the inflation is adding on to the fall of Asian paints and the Berger paint. Even what I also understand that crude price is going up, and the basic ingredient for the paint companies is crude oil, and when the price is going up, the cost of the paint will also go up. So the recent price hike would dampen volume growth in the near term. New entrants with formidable balance sheet are lining up capacities. Entire sector is just starting to value a derating cycle. So we're going to study each point. What is it that's hurting this segment? So Indian paint sector has demonstrated strong demand resilience in the few years, even when the corona was going on, even inflation, even the GST or IL&FS crisis or the COVID lockdowns, everything it has defeated. The market leaders, Asian Paints and Berger Paints, have consistently delivered superior earning growth through business cycles. As a result, both these stocks have rewarded investors handsomely over the past decades, partly aided by value re-rating. Historically, investors have flocked to high-quality companies such as Asian Paints and Berger Paints during uncertain market environments, as they have strongest capability to weather a crisis. However, recent news flows as well as price action suggest that the trend seems to be changing, as paint stocks have just started to falter in a weak market environment. Now, a big worry is basically the new entrants. So Asian Paint and Berger Paints have a dominant presence in the decorative paint segment. With a market share of 50-55% and 20-22% respectively, Kansai Nerolac is the largest industrial paint company and the third largest decorative paint company in India. The paint industry has high entry barriers, and the new entrants have had minimal success over the years. Over the past 3 years, despite the sector's constant influx of new competitors, the entry of Aditya Birla Group's Grasim has created a buzz. Grasim is going full throttle on its plan to foray into the business. It recently announced plan to invest 10,000 crore in the paint industry by year 2025, which is almost double of 5,000 crore it has planned last year. So a very strong entry is about to happen in the paint segment. In year 2019, Sajjan Jindal Group JSW Steel has started with JSW Paint, which has generated 1100 crore in the revenue in year 2021, and rupees 450 crore accruing from the decorative paint and the rest from the coil coating. So the paint industry is set to add another color to its palette as the JK Cement Limited, a well-known manufacturer of grey cement, recently announced its foray into the business with an investment of 600 crore. So many new companies are coming up. Aditya Birla's led Grasim, then we have JSW Steel Limited Company, JSW Paints, then we have JK Cement Limited Company. Then so many well-pocketed, well-backed by money companies are coming into the paint segment. PVC pipes and plastic products maker Astral has signed a definitive agreement to acquire a 51% stake in Gem Paints for rupees 194 crores as part of the strategy to expand under a building material segment and strengthen its brand presence. So market share shifts, there could be a possibility that the market share may shift. So traditionally, to gain market share, new players have offered better products at a cheaper price and the superior dealer incentives. So if these new companies, so many new companies are coming, they have to give better price, they have to give better product, they have to give superior dealer incentives. And Grasim, JK Cement, that means the monopoly of Berger Paint and Asian Paints is going to go away, right? So Grasim, JK Cement, JSW and Astral are all heavyweights in their respective sectors, and they can leverage their existing building material dealer network to make inroads into the market. While the situation is likely to have a greater impact on smaller players, it may also dent the growth trajectory and market share of the leaders, right? So I would like to further go on that steep price hikes could dampen the demand. So what these companies, Berger Paint and Asian Paints, can do to counter the increase in the crude price, they can increase the price of the product. But if they increase which they have already done, they have already increased the price by 10 to 15% in the year, in the last 2-3 quarters. But in case they increase it further, there are cheaper variants with better quality will also be available. That means the market will be hampered. right? And which is not going to be good for the paint companies, right? So let's go further and understand. Asian Paints and Berger Paints have delivered superior earning growth through business cycles. As a result, both stocks have rewarded investors handsomely. Now, valuation remain vulnerable. Asian Paints and Berger Paints have delivered superior earnings growth through business cycle. As a result, both the stocks have rewarded investors handsomely over the past decades, partly aided by a valuation re-rating. The stocks trade at 60 times and 75 times FY23 earnings respectively, and the valuations are significantly at premium, right? Paint penetration in India is relatively low, but intense competition from the new players could make the fight for market share tougher for all the players. So the road ahead is not very easy. I just would like to go further and show you how the price looks like. I will show you Asian Paints. This is how Asian Paints graph looks like, right? The price is, I just want you to all make a note of it, that the price is really made a head and shoulder pattern. If you see in the weekly time frame, you will be able to see very easily that the price made head and shoulder pattern. One shoulder, head, next shoulder. And this is how the support is building up. That has also been broken about 2-3 weeks back, right? And now a very strong support is at about 2600 or 2500. If that's broken, more fall can be expected, right? So the price actually speaks everything. If you notice, price has started indicating almost like January 22 onwards that it has kind of made a peak, right? And after that, it made one shoulder, head, and then another shoulder. This was a crucial point from where we could have exited, which is at 29.41, and it is under a great fall after that, right? So this is how Asian Paints look. Let's have a look at Berger Paint and have a look at the Berger Paint, and Berger Paint is also almost in a similar situation. Berger Paint has this similar story to tell, right? Price went almost like made a double top here, one shoulder, next shoulder, and this was a space from where it has shown, massive support zone, which was broken, and the stock is now almost trading at 570. From a peak of 860, it is down to a price of 560, almost like 40% correction, 40% correction in Berger paints. So you can have a look at various other, paints like Indigo paints. Indigo paints has also been under great correction. After this place, it made almost like a stagnant top. Almost many times it touched that top and fallen from 2500 to 1400. So the impact on the paint companies is very visible. Now the question comes, should you hold it or should you exit the stock? I would suggest if you're holding it for very long period, like Asian Paint and Berger Paint, then you can continue holding. But suppose you acquired it about 6 months back or a year back, then it's time for you to exit the trade and invest, park your money in some better stocks, where the growth looks feasible, right? As it is, the market looks pretty much under grip of bears. It's better to stand out and watch for some time and then take a re-entry when the market gives you an opportunity. So the stock has not bottomed out, and hence there is a worry still with a lot of Grasim is not in the market. Um, there are other, like Grasim is not in the market, Astral is not in the market, JK Cement is not in the market, only JSW is in the market. Imagine 3-4 more competitors coming in, the price may further go down. So just be careful or keep selling, keep protecting your capital by selling its call option or doing whatever way you want to hedge your positions. Keep doing that, and that will help you in protecting your capital and making some extra money. So keep learning and keep earning. Right now, the paint segment is under stress. So stay tuned for more updates and more learning in the stock market.